I don't want to do the whole show and nobody can hear me. But like, I can't hear PT. What is PT saying? Nah, 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 and all of that. Okay. So let me know if you can hear me before we get started. And make sure whatever you do, make sure you like the video, share the live, and also, oops, I just heard something here. Share the live and so on and so on and so on. Okay, y'all know how you do. Share the live, like it, whatever. But again, I'm not going to start the show until someone say, PT, I can hear you because okay. As long as I know you can hear me, then that's all that matters, and we'll go on with the show. Um, let's see here. There's something I had to pull up. This light is just too bright, y'all. I'm sorry. And it's about to drive me crazy. I might have to turn this down a little bit. Hold on. This is too bright. And I haven't done a show in a while. There we go. Ooh, that was too bright, child. I was like, damn. All right, there we go. Okay, so good. Good. Okay, so now we can move on. We can move on. Welcome everybody. I don't know why this camera looks so. I don't know what it is. Oh, there it is. That's probably what the problem was. Well, hello everybody. Welcome, 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 welcome. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. And thank you guys for tuning in. Oh, before I go into the gossip, someone just sent me a comment, a message that said, "What was the name of the bus that you were on?" Well, the name of the bus company is called Von Lane. Volane. Now, Von Lane only services Texas, which would be Houston, Dallas, San Antonio, Austin, and Fort Worth. Let me make sure I said that right. They only service Dallas, Houston, San Antonio, Austin, and Funky Town, aka Fort Worth. Let me make sure I get that right. Dallas, Houston, San Antonio, Austin, and Fort Worth. Okay, did I get everything right? Yeah, those are the main cities. And this is the bus, and this is the bus that I was on. The prices range from anywhere from 135 to 145 each way. All your snacks are free. You don't have to worry about paying for your snacks. The only thing that you pay for are your cocktails. So let's show this right here. So here, this was actually a video that I didn't even know I had. So I'll show y'all this right quick, and then we'll move on to the gospel. This is the only way that I travel from, if I go from Houston to go to Dallas, San Antonio, Austin, or Fort Worth, Long Lane. Everything is unlimited. Food is unlimited. We get dinner served, and sometimes breakfast in there. They have unlimited drinks. They also have cocktails. It's really a very nice bus. But if you go in there being ghetto, they can put your ass off. So check it out, Long Lane. Check it out. It's very, very, very nice bus. I've been right way out. There you have it. And also, if you live in the Memphis, Knoxville, and Nashville and Atlanta area, they service that area as well. But they don't go from Texas to Atlanta. They only do that area up there and only do Texas. All right, let's move on, y'all. So I was going to talk about Kanye first, but this came up, and I said, "Oh my God, here we go again with this Monique and Tyler Perry stuff." Well, I don't know if y'all heard what happened. Well, I'm sure you have. I'm the one that's probably had. I'm the one that has been in the loop. Um, but I gotta get back in the loop for the next 2 weeks before I make that move. And because the more I stay on YouTube, the better it is. Sorry about that. The better it is for my channel. Thank you for the cash app. I appreciate that. It just came to my phone. Last name Fletcher. And I told you to email me because I was trying to find out where your people was from. I know you said you was married into that name, but I just trying to find out. PT's point of view at gmail.com. Okay. All right. So Monique called out called out Tyler Perry um about the okay, hold on, let me get my glasses here because I can't see. Give me 1 second. Let me get my glasses. Uh-oh. Hold on, y'all. Let me get my glasses. Hold on. And I just messed up. I just hit my background and messed up my background. Hold on. Let me do this right quick. Get this background back in here. And I may not be able to get the background back. I may not. Sometimes I hit the wrong thing It just messes up everything. But we don't need the background. We don't need the background. I don't need it, but I do need my glasses. So that's what I am looking for. So give me a second. Just use these. I'll just use these right quick because I just have my glasses in my hand. I don't know what the hell I did. Oh, I'm sorry, y'all. I hit my when I keep forgetting this thing. Like if you touch it, yeah, that was my fault. I keep forgetting this microphone when it cuts off if you touch it. My fault, my fault, my fault, my fault. So let me go back to what I was saying. So what I was saying, did y'all hear what I said? What Tyler, when Monique did this, she sent out this letter to Tyler Perry saying that um, she was saying, "Well, where's my apology that you promised me back in 2016?" Did y'all hear all that? What I was saying, all that? Okay, let me fix my background. Hold on one second. Okay, okay. Well, Monique said, "Well, where's my apology that you owe me in 2016? What happened to my apology? We felt some type of way after you heard this about Angie Stone. Da 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 da." So I said when I did this, and the microphone went out, I said that I don't think this was the proper time for her to do that right after, right when the family is still grieving. It's not fair to Angie Stone's family. Yes, it may be fair that you get your apology from Tyler Perry sooner or later, but to me, you just made it worse. And you're probably going to prolong it even more now. Then again, I don't know. Tyler Perry might be like, you know what? Let me just go on and get this and get it out the way. But I just don't think this was the proper time and to throw and then to say condolences to the family and all of that. No, no, no. You should have let the family out of it. You should have never mentioned it why he had did that and stuff. It's not. It wasn't the right time. They are still mourning the loss of their mother, their grandmother, their sister, their auntie, and I just don't think that was the right time, Monique. I love you to death, Monique. I met Monique years ago, and I actually got the opportunity to go backstage while she was pregnant with her twins. She probably don't remember this, and sit in the back with her. And she was like, "Baby, who are you? Who gave you? Who you must know somebody to be able to come back here and meet me." I said, "Yeah, I do shows and I do comedy. And I'm trying to get my own beat." That was the time I had my BET Comic View video. I was trying to give to her, and she was like, Monique was. I'm sure she was like, "Bitch, I ain't no damn agent. I'm just whatever." And she's very nice. She's real sweet. She was pregnant and everything, and I just don't. I just feel like it wasn't the right time. And I really want Monique to have that apology. I really feel like she deserves that apology, whatever the case may be. But with Angie Stone's family mourning the loss of their mom, to throw them in that with that, it wasn't good. It wasn't good at all. And it's going to be a lot of talk tomorrow. The kids are going to be talking. The kids are going to be talking in the morning on the radio. They're going to be talking about this Monique Tyler Perry. When will this ever stop? When will it ever stop? When will Monique finally say, I'm just gonna leave it alone? Maybe one day Tyler Perry. Now, what's his name? The other guy, I want to call him Sydney Starr. That's not his name. The Sydney guy. I can't think of the other guy. I think he did apologize to her, whatever the case may be. But I think sometimes, y'all, I've learned in this business that you will never get it. Sometimes you will never get an apology from people. Sometimes people gonna do things to you and never say, "I'm sorry." I've had people do things to me, and I'm not trying to bring this on me again, but I have to say it because it happened to me. I've had people do things to me and never to this day apologize and knew that they were wrong for what they did. Some people ain't gonna never apologize. But do I think that she did this at the wrong time? She definitely did it at the wrong time. Oh, let me do this right quick. I'm going to put the link here in case somebody is watching and would like to come into the live and discuss only what I'm talking about. If you talking about anything else, you will immediately be kicked out of my live. Okay, it's just to let you know. So here's the link right here. I'm gonna put it in this little section here. All you gotta do is click on it, and it'll bring you straight into PT's point of view. So what are you guys' thoughts? What do y'all think? Do you think it was too early for her? Should she even have mentioned it? Maybe she should have just tried to contact Tyler Perry personally. Maybe she could have went through somebody to say, hey, or she could send Tyler Perry she could have got the message to Tyler Perry without having to, do it that way. Uh, and he still would have got the message. Tyler still would have got the message, whether she did it that way or not. He would have got the message. But I just personally think it was the wrong time. And you guys can leave a comment below and let me know what you think. This show is not going to last long, y'all. I'm gonna tell y'all right now, because when I ask questions and I'm trying to get the conversation started and nobody responds to me, I get it over real fast, okay? Because I'm not here to talk to myself. I'm here to get comments, give the content to you guys, and I want to get the comments back from you if you guys are interested in getting in with the show. So Monique, honey, I love you over here, Peter's point of view, but I just think this was the wrong time. I just felt like that you should have waited. You should have waited, or maybe you shouldn't have even said anything. Definitely should have threw Angie Stone's family up in it because they're still mourning, and they're going to be mourning. They just buried this lady, and they're gonna be mourning Angie Stone for the next year or two because she just died. And I think it was unfair. Let's move on to the next story. We're gonna move on to the next story. NLE Chopper Here he is right here. Here's a picture of NLE Chopper. I've talked about him a million times. He's a rapper. He's a very, very handsome young man. He has been having the kids talking here lately, baby. He's been doing a lot of these LGBTQ events and stuff, and so a lot of people are having some things to say about it. And they want to know, why are you supporting the LGBTQ community? What's the deal? Like, what's going on? Da 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 da. They say that you're gay baiting. In other words, you're just doing this because that's where the money is. Well, I don't really personally. I don't think so. Because when I'm gonna show you guys a picture of NLE Chopper. He just seems like to be a really genuine dude. I think so. It might be some. A lot of times when you see LGBTQ plus friendly guy, either somebody's in their family's gay, or they just okay with it, they don't have no problem with it, or that's just what it is. Like I know when Gary with the T and I did the Deion Sanders show, Deion Sanders and Gary was real close. You know, I remember when it was me, Gary, and Gary's friend named what's his friend's name? He passed away. It was me, Gary, and Aaron. Yeah, Aaron was Gary's friend. We all did the Deanna Pilar show. And Deion Sanders, in this one scene, he said, Gary was on the phone. He said, get your girls together, come over and do do my daughter's makeup. I did the makeup. I did DeAndre's makeup. Gary did the fashion. And what's the name did the hair. Of course, it was all fake, whatever. But even behind the scenes, Dion was cool. Pilar wasn't there that day. Who knows? Maybe they was having some issues back then that we did. That we found out later that was getting into it all the time, and they ended up getting divorced. But he was just really cool. Like he was really, really cool. And some people are just cool. They don't care. Some guys, and a lot of people. And see, this is the problem I have with these older rappers like uh Bootsy. Bootsy just did a show with Jason Lee. And oh my God, he was just talking about the gays. And listen, okay, listen, I don't want to see. Okay, we're living in a different time now. We do have trans people are here. They're not going anywhere unless we exterminate them all, like and the gays too, and to the whites who want to exterminate all the blacks. We're not going anywhere until y'all to the blacks pull up to the blacks put a Hitler on the whites or the vice versa or to the gays. We are here. Nobody's going anywhere. This world is big enough for all of us can live our own lives and not have to worry about what nobody else is doing. So the conversation was about trans women going inside the women's bathroom. I do have a problem with that, but I don't think it's as big as people think it is. And let me tell you something. I know some trans women who are living their lives as women and you would never know. And they go inside the women's restrooms, they go inside the showers and you would never know that they were trans. I have a trans granddaughter and she lives her life just like a regular and you would never know. I think the problem is that you have a lot of these men who say that they're trans and they're not trans. They just want to there's a lot of trans people out there who are not really trans. They really dudes who live in that. They trying to get next to women. I really believe that happens, and so it makes it bad for the trans women who really live like that, and they think it's all of them who want to go on and mess with children and do all that kind of stuff. No, but you have bad people in every walks of life: the straight walk of life, the gay walk of life, the trans, whatever. We have all kind of wrong people that do wrong things. Okay, but no, I don't want to see a big burly man in a women's bathroom saying, I'm a woman." No, you're not, girl. You're a man with a deep voice. But listen, what I was going to say, we're living in different times now. If you get on the plane, don't we all use the same bathroom? Yes. If you go to Starbucks, don't we all use the same bathroom? Yes. Unfortunately, we don't live the world has changed and we have to evolve. Not saying that the trans women have to go into the women's bathroom, but maybe we need to have three bathrooms. We don't. And a trans person, just like any other person, have a right to live, be happy, pay their taxes, pay their bills, go to school, go to work, just like anybody else. But there's nothing wrong with having a unisex bathroom where you don't have to, because the trans people ain't going nowhere. I don't understand the trans lives. I don't, because I'm not trans. I don't understand it, but they have a right to live just like anybody else. Baby. Mm. Okay, well, see, I knew it was somebody in this family, but I wasn't for sure. Okay, I would like to see his brother. I wonder what his brother looked like. They don't ever show his brother. Okay, no one shows love it. Hmm. And so, but I just feel like, the world has changed, and we're just gonna have to, change up the bathrooms because there are some trans women that go in the bathroom you would never know they was men. Was weird when I used to do shows back in the '80s. Till I go to the straight club in full drag, honey. Full drag. They didn't care. It wasn't no big deal. Hey, child, hey, girl. But now, but you remember, I was a drag queen. There's a difference in a drag queen and a trans woman or a trans individual because, I guess maybe some people just feel some type of way. I don't know. I guess I wasn't a threat to them because I was a drag queen and not a trans woman, or a trans individual. But I just think we just need to, and for all the companies out there who don't have a problem with all the trans women, trans the companies out there who don't have a problem with trans people, well then, hey, we're gonna have to make some changes. We're gonna have 3 bathrooms. And some people still gonna have a problem with that. But kudos to the trans women and the trans men who actually can go inside of a women's bathroom and never get clocked. They'll never know that they will never know that they are men. They will never know. But see, when you go to let's say if Patti LaBelle has a concert, or Diana Ross has a concert, and a trans woman goes inside of a woman's bathroom, ain't nobody gonna say nothing because everybody know what Diana Ross is about, and everybody know that that's the type of crowd. But if you go to a country and western dance and you're a trans woman and you go inside the bathroom, oh, it's gonna be hell to pay. Or a hip hop, a hip hop concert and you a trans woman, it's gonna be hell to pay. So I just think, companies who don't have an issue with gay people, trans people, then hell, make 3 goddamn bathrooms then, or make two, make a, why not? But I don't think that listen, y'all, there's a big difference in a big burly man running around talking about they're a woman going into the bathroom. Well, first of all, why do you have your children in the bathroom by themselves? First of all, I wouldn't give a damn if they was trans, man, or what. I would never let my child in the bathroom by themselves, male or female. Yeah, his daughter's a lesbian. Yeah, he said, "Hey, Peter, some government agents have unisex bathrooms. I don't have trans. I don't believe trans should be women's bathrooms." Well, Here's the deal about trans women. You mean the ones that's clockable, the ones that you can tell that are men, because there are some you can't tell that are men that used to be men, and they can walk right up in there and you'll never know it. Those are the ones that people have an issue with. They're the ones that look like me in drag, that look like big drag queens that talk with deep voices, but yeah, man, what's up? I gotta use the bathroom, man. Let me use the bathroom. Those are the ones that have the problem with. They don't have a problems with the ones that I know, the ones that you would never, 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 never know that they were men. They don't have a problem with them because they don't know. And I agree with you. If you put it like this, if you can't be clockable, go in the bathroom. But if they can clock you and they know your T, girl, you better go find somewhere else to use the bathroom. When I used to do the comedy club, um, back in Dallas in drag, they had their own bathroom in the back, and I go to the back and use the bathroom. No issue, no problem. No issue, no problem. But I think a lot of these men, these perverts, run around and say, "Well, let me just say I'm trans, so I can go into the women's bathroom." So it make it look bad for the ones who's not trying to get next to these women and do stuff like that. There's a lot of men who are perverts and they act like they're gay just to get with a woman. So anyway, but anyway, I mean, times are changing, and we just need to have different bathrooms. You go to Starbucks. Starbucks is one bathroom. You go to a lot of these places, it's just one bathroom, or not one, but you. It's just a unisex bathroom. What do people do when they get on a plane? You don't want to go in the bathroom because a trans person was in the bathroom. You know, well. But again, a lot of people go into the bathroom with trans women, and you'll never know that there was a woman. I had a beautiful trans daughter, and she had no work. She had no breasts. She had nothing. She had her parts she was born with, everything, and you would never know that she was a man. If you are a trans person, Beverly, and nobody can tell that you are a trans woman, you should be able to go into the women's bathroom because if you don't know, you don't know. I'm sorry. If you don't know, you don't know. And it's a lot of them you don't know. Now, if you could clock that somebody's trans and then you a big old dude going up in the back, yeah, they're gonna have an issue with that. They're gonna have an issue with it. But Beverly, there's some that could go in there and you'll never know. It's a lot of them don't have penises, Beverly. Some of them have the sex change and they still have an issue with it. So what do you do with the ones that have the sex change? What do you do with them? What do you do to them? They can't go in there either. So what are they going to do? They're going to go into the men's bathroom and they still going to be harassed. Well, what is this woman doing in the men's bathroom? Oh, that's a dude. They're going to beat him up. Then it's really going to be a problem. They're going to beat him up, call him a man. You ain't no woman. You're a man. And then so they screwed either way. Yeah. But I'm telling you, uh, yeah, yeah, but listen, there's a lot of them who haven't had a sex change, and they take so much hormones, they don't really have nothing down there. But no, Beverly. Even the ones who have a sex change, some of them still have deep voices. Some of them still, what they gonna tell me? Take your pants off. Let me see what you see. That's it becomes a problem. It's an issue. I just think the way to handle this is first of all, if you're a trans person, make sure you know where you're going before you go. Call the corporation or call the place and say, listen, do y'all have an issue with trans women going into women's bathrooms, or do y'all have a unisex bathroom? You just. Oh my God, my heart goes out to trans people. It's just like people who are different. My heart goes out to anybody who's different, whether you're trans or anything. If you just what it just I feel sorry for people who have to deal with that. I just don't think a trans person just woke up to say I'm going to be trans. I think that's just the way. I think a lot of them, a lot like my daughter. Y'all are not on my Facebook page, but I put it in my private page. If y'all was to see how many of y'all saw my son who turned into my daughter. Anybody watching or listening to me now? Was y'all in the private group when I posted that? You will never know. And see, a lot of y'all think that a trans person they was real feminine, but you said Bruce Jenner had a sex change and said he's still a trans. Yeah, and see that's another thing. And there's probably a lot of women that'll probably date him too. It's a lot of drag queens, trans women in the LGBTQ community who mess around with women, and they have what they were born with. So anyway, let's watch this.
It's an event dedicated towards the LGBT.
You're a straight rapper. I want to know, why is it important for you to be here? It's an LGBTQ event.
Yeah, man, it's to show love, man. Why can't I be here? You know what I'm saying? Why not be here? You know what I'm saying? Just because it's a event dedicated towards the LGBTQ community, don't mean a straight male can come here and show love. I just want to show love any way, shape, form I can. You know, so I feel like that's the main thing with me.
Hmm. And here's the problem, and we're gonna move on to the next story. Here's the problem I'm having with people messing with NLE Chopper. It's gonna come to the point now where a lot of straight men are not gonna want to come out and support the LGBT because everybody wants to say he must be gay. And why is he going to? What does it fucking matter? Oh my God. What does it matter? And when I came out and started doing drag shows, and when I lived in Austin, all the clubs I did were straight clubs. I did gay bars, but a lot of the shows I did my first. I was at the largest straight club in Austin, Texas. It was called Midtown Live. Matter of fact, the owner just passed away a couple of months ago. I was the first drag queen performer that performed in that club. And I went to him and I said, "Hey, Mike Cash," I said, "Hey, I want to do drag shows." He said, "No, I want to do shows." He said, "What kind of shows?" I said, "Drag shows." He said, "That's fine, as long as I can make some money." They didn't give a fuck about it. And the straight people who didn't like the drag shows didn't come on Sundays, and those who liked the shows came. It was straight guys that came, gay guys who came, everybody came. Nobody didn't care. And I came up under the mentorship of Tootie Farnell, who was in San Antonio, and she was the first drag queen on the Gong Show. And every club that she ever did was a straight club. She never did gay clubs. All she did was straight clubs. And she used to always call me. She called everybody that did her show was Mister. She didn't give a damn if you had breasts from here to New York. You was a Mister. Mister. She'll call you by your name. If your name was Sabrina Jones, she'll say, "Y'all give it up for Mister Sabrina Jones." She called me Mister Lady PT. Oh yeah, you was always Mister. Her name was Mister Tootie Fennell. She used to always tell that she be on the mic. And she say, and she can read. She said, "I see y'all back there talking about the punks. Yeah, but y'all ass back there talking about us punks." But she had a mouth on her. Miss Tootie would read. She could read. Hmm. Yeah, it's gonna have to get to that. But here's the problem. Just because we have unisex bathrooms, still don't let your kids go in the bathroom by themselves. Why would you let your child go in the bathroom? Listen, if I'm in a public place and a young boy comes in there, I'm walking out. I'm not going to be in the bathroom with no young boys. Nope, I'm walking out. Let me get out of here. No, 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 no. Anybody, if a child is 8 and 9 and 10, why would you let them go in the bathroom by themselves? It's too many damn perverts out there and weird ass people. I'm walking in there with my son. I'm walking in there with my daughter. Now, when they turn, but even 14 and 15, maybe 17, I let them go by themselves. But these it's some crazy people out there. Um, but but Tootie just she was very gay. She's nothing. She didn't very seldom did anything gay. So all this stuff that NLE Chopper is doing, I've been doing this. I've been knowing, I've been hanging with the straight people for years. And Tootie, she's told me I got to move on to the next story. Tootie used to always tell me, "Mr. Lady PT," she said, "You're a good entertainer. You could work the crowd." She said, "You need to make sure that your hair is right, your makeup is right, your shoes ain't run over, and your dress is done right. The only thing they can say about you is you're a motherfucking punk, and that's it." All they can say, "That's a sharp ass sissy, punk, drag queen, whatever." That's what she would always say. And they could never read Tootie. 'Cause Tootie she had real nails. Her nails was way out here. Her real nails. Except I think this one right here. Thank you for becoming a member. How you been, Dr. Soapy? Except this one right here, which it came out to right here. And she could read, and she was the first drag queen that won on the Gong Show. She did Aretha Franklin. She was known for doing Aretha Franklin. Let me read this right here. "I used to take my young son to the women's bathroom while I would not let him go into a men's bathroom by himself." Yeah, right. But you can't trust him in the women's bathroom. Thank you for becoming a member. Thank you. You can't trust him in the women's bathroom either because these women are perverts too. You better ask Dionne Warwick's sister what she allegedly did to Whitney Houston. Hello? I'm just saying, y'all. So anyway, let me move forward before I get in trouble. But anyway, so NLE Chopper, we love you over here. I would love to interview him one day. I really would. I really, really, really would. Just hilarious. Okay. Before I go any further, I want to remind everybody that I'm going to be doing a cruise the October the 27th to the 31st. It is not too late for you to get on board. We're going to be going to Cozumel, Mexico, Yucatan, and of course, what's the other place? Oh, Cozumel, Yucatan, and Progreso. Okay, that's Cozumel, Yucatan, and Progreso. We would love to have you guys on board. All you got to do is email me at PT's Point of View at gmail.com, and we'd love to have you on board. So make sure you hit me up, okay? We'd love to have you on board. Let me read this. You said I will go with him. Yeah, okay, okay. Let me read this. Welcome everybody. Dr. Soapy's in the building. Thank you for becoming a member. It's only 99 cents a month, y'all. Go ahead and become a member, okay? Because a lot of videos you don't see online, they're for members only. And a lot of things I talk about that I won't say on here, when I finally get the approval for this damn apartment, I'm gonna post it on members only. Also, if I get enough member only, did y'all know that I can have a show where only members only can talk and nobody else? Yes, yes. So y'all go ahead and join members only. Okay, let's talk about Just Hilarious. If you don't know who that is, you said come on in here. If you don't know who Just Hilarious is, Just Hilarious. Do y'all know who Just Hilarious is? Here she is right here. Do y'all know who she is? Welcome, everybody. We've got 30 people watching. Thank y'all for watching. Please share the live. Good morning, everybody. Yes, good morning. Hugs to everybody. Yes, good morning. Okay. So, I was like, I like Just Hilarious. I don't dislike her, but I don't know. It's just something about her. You just watched her? Oh, okay. Uh-huh. Yeah. Okay. Well, I don't dislike her, but I don't know. It's just something about her. Just my spirit ain't right with her. I don't know. I think one time I seen her getting into it with T.S. Matters or somebody. I don't know. I don't know. Something about her just don't click. But I knew something was going on, but I couldn't put my finger on it. When she's on a radio show with Charlemagne the God, she took the place of Angela Yee. They need to give a spot to me. Just because you got three men on there don't mean you can't have four. Shout out to Charlemagne the God. Y'all reach out to him and tell him they need a punk on the radio in the morning. They need a sissy, especially being in New York too, child. Child, they need a sissy on the radio in the morning. Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah, K Bell. I was gonna say that. I guess that's what I'm trying to say. And she might be a cool person. She might be really, really cool. But it's something about her just didn't click. Well, girl, they got this other girl on the show. Well, Just Hilarious was on vacation. She had a baby. And they have this other girl on the show. I don't know her name. I should have got her name, but you remember, y'all,
They're not.
I just got back in town, so I haven't really been doing anything. I agree. It's something about her. Yeah. Mhm. So I just got back in town, so I need to get back into the swing of things. And the show won't be this late tomorrow. But so I said, now wait a minute. This girl that's sitting. Okay, so it's. Let me show y'all the pictures right quick. Let me go here. Give me 1 second. Don't forget, if you'd like to be a part of the show, uh, yeah, it might be Lauren. Yeah, if you want to be a part of the show, click this link and you can come into the live and talk about. You can get into the conversation. Okay, so let me pull up this picture right here. So this here is Jess Hilarious and it's Charlemagne and the other guy, but there's two girls on the show. It's another girl. Somebody said it's Lauren, and she sits right dead in the middle. And I kept saying, now, if if Jess Hilarious is giving the tea, why is this girl giving the tea too? I said, well, maybe she was just, I know, yeah, Lauren. Okay, well, I guess she was filling in for Just Hilarious because she was, having a baby or whatever the case may be. but I knew something was wrong, but I couldn't put my finger on it because I don't really watch them. I don't even listen to them. Only time I catch them is if they come on the radio, not radio, but like the internet. Then I might watch. It depends on who's on there. Oh, but baby, the tea has been spilt. Now they either trying to replace her or the word on the streets, what they saying on the internet, they put two black women coming for each other. I don't know. But all I know is you don't need all the people on the morning show. And if you go, hold on, it's coming. If you want to put listen, y'all got to give other homosexuals a chance. My sister Gary, look, she can give the tea just like I can, and a lot of other homosexuals. A lot of gay people can really get a tea. Y'all need to stop just thinking that it's all got to be all straight people on the morning show. Get a punks a chance. Give another punk a chance. There's only two punks on the radio. There's Gary and what's the other one that's openly gay? There's Gary with the T and this guy named what's his name out of Philly, y'all? He's out of Philly. I can't think of his name. It's only two. And come on now. They need somebody else to come in there and break it up. Now, and I personally don't like to hear men do celebrity tea unless they gay. Not saying that the straight men can't do it, but the punks can really do it. They add on to it. They put a it's stuff about the Sin Society. They can really add to the tea. So anyway, here's the video. She's thinking people are saying that she might get fired now because she's speaking out. If I was just hilarious, I wouldn't have said nothing. Just hilarious is saying that when she got back from her leave, the girl all she wanted to talk about was the comments, about her leaving and coming back, and she didn't want to talk about nothing about her baby or not like that. So she's feeling some type of way. She's talking. So we'll listen in the morning, and now you know what y'all, and it could all just be for ratings. All right, so let's watch it.
Air. What's asking? All right, what's going on? Where's she going? Why is she not leaving? What's up? Why is she still on air? I was told that she was going to be the producer. She was going to be hired as a producer. Okay. Producers aren't on air though. So what's going on? Because we have a lot of producers up there already. They're not on air. What's going on? I've called and I've asked many times. That's what I got told. She's a producer. Oh, okay, cool. So I ain't asked no more. She's only on my segment. So I'm like, all right. I'm putting shit together because that's what I do. I put shit together. All right, here we go. So Shorty must about to be on the show. That's exactly what I put in my fucking head before anybody decided to come and tell me again. So I did another round of asking. All right, what are we doing? All right, well, that's why I went from shut up and hush to not saying nothing. Oh, no. I'm not gonna compete where I already won this competition. I didn't know it was supposed to be for. If this was presented to me, prior to hire, then I wouldn't have been so shocked. Like, oh shit, all right, cool. So when we bringing in the fourth person, shit, that's what's up, cool. It's only time for that segment. You know what I'm saying? We had a meeting today to restructure the show and shit like that.
Let me say this. I never heard about Just Hilarious until she got on here. Maybe if I did, I just don't remember. But I'm gonna tell you, Just Hilarious, like I tell everybody else, is first of all, Just Hilarious. You've already ahead of the game because I don't know who this other lady is. I don't know her. This Lauren lady, I don't know her. You're already ahead of her and everybody else. You need to just walk away and do the same thing that what's her name did. What's her name? Angela Yee. You don't need them. You big enough to have your own shit. And I've been saying this about Nene Leakes. Y'all, how many of y'all been following me long enough? How many of y'all used to hear me say Nene need her own show? Now, what does Nene have? Her own show. She been watching my show. Nene, you been watching my show. I know you've been watching, child. You don't need them. See, things happen for a reason. Do you know that if I was to get on, do you know that if I was to get on the Breakfast Club, if I was just only on there for a year, bitch, I have a big following. Bitch, I break out from them motherfuckers so fast. Bitch, I have my podcasts, my videos, my numbers would be shot up because everybody know me now. Let me give an example and we'll finish the video. What's his name? The Star Report. I love him. Do y'all know who that is? The Star Report. He's on YouTube, and I'm plugging him because I like him. He has great content. He goes live every day. I think around about 2 or 3 o'clock. He is Eastern Standard Time. I think he's out of Atlanta. He used to be on the radio. And all the people that he was when he was on the radio, he brought all the people over there with him, and every 5 minutes he's doing this. Thank you for the cash app. Thank you for the cash app. I see you. I see your gift. Thank you for the gift. Appreciate it. Thank you for the cash app. Every 5-10 minutes. If you don't believe me, go watch the show because he brought his following from the radio show with him. So just hilarious. Look at it like this. If you're not happy right there, everybody know who you are now, sweetie. You already got a comedy career. You got a comedy career. And go, first of all, just hilarious. Do you know how many people give you a morning show? Do you know how many people will give you a morning show now? Because you work for the Breakfast Club, you good to go. And let us stay there. And now I want to see black women win. I don't want to wish no bad luck on Lauren, but it's time to move on, maybe. Yeah, and that's what everybody else was saying online. She might be talking to. We'll find out in the morning, child. We'll find. And again, y'all, it could just be for ratings. It could be just for ratings.
Fuck out of here. Fuck out of here. That went crazy too. Listen. It's a lot of shit. It's a lot of things that I deal with. I ain't expecting not one motherfucker to feel sorry for me because that's not what I'm looking for. I don't care. And I haven't said a motherfucking thing.
Oh, you said something.
At all. I haven't said anything. This is the crazy thing, yo. I'm gonna let y'all know this. The craziest shit is, right? I wanted Breakfast Club so bad. I wanted it. I grew up on the show. The fuck? Like, what? Hall of Fame show? What are we talking about? Syndicated? This ain't my first time doing radio, but I'm just saying, like, this is the biggest fucking show culturally. You know what I'm saying? I was eating that shit up the whole year I co-hosted. Eating that shit up until I had to leave. You know what I'm saying? Like, I had a baby. In this industry, what I'm doing ain't no right time to have a baby, so you have them when you have them. I don't regret when I got pregnant. I don't. I got pregnant on fucking purpose. That's what I wanted, a baby, and that's what I got. You know what I'm saying? But I wanted Breakfast Club. You feel me? And I'm gonna say this. I don't fucking need to be there. I wanted to be there. I loved being there. That was my shit. You get what I'm saying? Like, that was my shit. I used to be happy as a motherfucker on the radio. Yeah. Yeah, definitely. Listen, I'm not intimidated by no woman walking on this earth. I give a crown to that girl. If you listen to the show, you know. Nigga talking about she tried to be my friend. Excuse me? Ain't nobody trying to be no motherfucking friends. What are we talking about? We just naturally, organically became cool. Once I realized what the fuck was going on, like I said, my anger was misplaced. No, I did not like her when I first came back. I didn't. Even down to how I was supposed to return. Like, we had a whole plan on how I was supposed to come back. When I walk in the room, she never left. First thing she say is not, how your baby doing? No, that was Envy, because he's the family man, right? How was maternity leave? No. That's not the first. The first thing that she talks about is the shit that was in the comments. What the fuck would make me want to talk about the fucking comments first? I got a beautiful baby at home. Why? You know what I'm saying? So no, I did not like her when I first came back. I had to learn that Lauren was not a spiteful person. Like, I'm like, I don't like the way you moving. I don't like, I ain't feeling this shit. We had a whole nother plan. I don't know what the fuck what that was in there, but that shit wasn't it. I ain't like that. We've made cool since then. That's it. Right? I compliment this girl every fucking day. Every day. And it ain't forced. She's a beautiful girl. She knows her shit and she on her shit. And that segment came from me. Like, let's not even sit here and fucking play around with it. Like, this the crazy thing. This is another crazy thing. We supposed to be a team up that bitch. Not one person comes to my defense at all. Like, when I'm like, not one motherfucker ever with this online shit. Like, why the fuck should we have to keep playing it? Man, listen, I know one thing. Angela Yee ain't that motherfucking crazy. Not as crazy as niggas try to make her out to be. Nah, it's the reason that lady wanted to leave that show. I don't know how she did that shit for 13 years, my nigga. I'm telling you. I don't give a fuck. Y'all already know what's up with me. I feel played with. I'm gonna play with niggas. Like, that's just like, come on. I've been quiet a lot. If Jess Hilarious is quiet, it's a motherfucking reason. I always got my motherfucking mouth open.
And I'm with her on that because she said she worked hard. That was her position. And it's like now, it's like, you know, it's like, and it's the same situation with, I'm sure a lot of radio stations. I don't really know if Gary and DeBrat really get along, but she get on my damn nerves. Gary can't even give the tea without her throwing her damn 2 cents in it. Now, it might be good for radio, but then I don't know because I don't really know. And if Gary really didn't like her, he ain't gonna tell me. Yeah, they said she must have already had another job lined up. I don't even know is she still there? I don't know. I'll try to listen in the morning. It's already 3. It's already, what time is it, bitch? Bitch, is it 4 o'clock? Take my ass to bed. Oh, it's 1:25. Okay. So it's 2:25. Yeah. So I'll probably try to get up and try to listen, see if she's on there in the morning. But yeah. And the thing about it is, that she just hilarious. She's good now. She can go anywhere and get a job. That's something and I know I've always keep saying I want radio. I want radio. I know it's hard. I'm not stupid. I know it's cutthroat. This morning I was on the internet and there was 97.9. They're out of Montgomery, Alabama, and I sent them a message. Here, I'm sure y'all, so you don't think I'm lying. I sent them a message. I go, hey, I'm gonna do some celebrity news. Who do y'all tea like that? And the guy responded back to me. He said, send me your Instagram. I said, well, I got an Instagram, but I don't really do a lot on Instagram. I said, but I will send you the stuff that I've done. Here, let me show you. And then he hit me back. He said, "Oh, he said we have a see here it is. Here we go right here. He go, wait, this is where he told me to send me his Instagram. Hello. Oh, actually, that would be the email. He emailed me. Hold on. I emailed him and he emailed me back. And he said, "Well, we have a syndicated show." I said, "Oh," I said, "Well, y'all got a syndicated show. Y'all can let me do the tea, in the evening time. People can still do the tea in the evening time. It don't have to be at night in the morning like this." So he said, "I'll keep your mind. Let me put it in show y'all to what we was talking. Hold on. 1 second. Here it is right here, DJ Fresh. Here it is right here. Oop. It says, good evening. Whenever you get this message, it's not gonna work because it's not gonna work. Anyway, let me go back here. See, this is what he asked me this morning what my Instagram was. You can't really see it, but he said he asked me what I sent it. He said anyway. He asked me what his Instagram. Anyway, so yeah, a lot of times it's radio's hard to get into because a lot of things are syndicated now. Yeah, it's a lot of things syndicated, but there's a lot of cities out there that are not syndicated. If you're out there, you're looking for someone to do celebrity news, that would be PT. Hey, all right, y'all. Well, last thing I'm gonna talk about. Well, I really don't want to cover it. I'll make it real fast because I'm sleepy. Kim Kardashian is thinking about trying to get full custody of her children, and I don't blame her because Kanye he's out of control. You run around here with swastika shirts on. You done made a song about I think one of the babies, and she didn't want him to do it, and he's out of control. And he's really going to be out of control if she gets Kanye. Kim is white. Kanye, Kim is white, and you barking up the wrong tree. You're gonna end up and you're not gonna have no access to your children. Hello, somebody. Y'all think Kanye is crazy now? Let him lose custody of them children. He's gonna go crazy. You're doing too much, Kanye. His that old woman of his, that white girl that was walking around naked, they not together no more. And he got another woman. She looked like the one he was with before. But the word on the streets in LA, Kanye is a homosexual. Here's the video.
Sends dick pics to other men. Iggy Azalea tweeted, "It's crazy how much I actually know about that man and the things I could say. Thankfully, I'm nice, don't want to involve people who don't deserve to be mixed into his manic episode. But let's keep it cute because I know who you send your penis pictures to and the weird fantasies you have share with other men. Most of Hollywood does, it's not a very well-kept secret."
I didn't say it, she said it. That might be what his problem is. He want to come out and can't come out. I don't know. Years ago, and one more story. Years ago, it was a long time ago. Somebody was saying gay or something, and Kanye said it was an interview, and Kanye said, no, 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 man. I don't know if they said no homo or whatever it was. He said, no, don't say that. That's not cool. He was really taking up for somebody or the gay community or whatever. So I don't know, child. I don't really care who gay and who ain't gay. I don't care, but I'm just saying a lot of times people in the closet, men who are in the closet like that, they just do a lot. They do the ones I used to know, they used to always talk about other gays and they was messing around with the gays. You have a lot of straight men who mess with gays and still say that they straight. Anyway, let's move on. Last thing I want to talk about. Well, let me bring this up and then I don't know, I may talk about it tomorrow. Well, speaking of gay, let me show y'all this right quick. Hold on.
All right.
His first lover was Tyler the Creator. Jaden Smith is gay.
No.
His first lover was Tyler, the Creator. We all know he got mad when Tyler, the Creator, cheated on him. He got out there, and then Will was like, nigga, you're my son, bro. You can have your feelings, but you can't be out here like that. He stopped it, shut it down.
Hi, Jaden. Hi.
Last story, y'all. If you was on a plane and you saw this on the plane, what would you do? Now, I'm going to show it to y'all, and I need y'all to give me your undivided attention and tell me what would you do if you was on a plane and you saw this on the plane. This really happened. Here we go.
Christ of Nazareth, I come before your presence this morning, mighty God. Father God, as I lift up this aircraft before you, as I lift up this morning, mighty God, every soul on this aircraft, Father, Jesus Christ of Nazareth, I pray that you cover the pilot this morning, mighty God. Lord God Almighty, be the pilot in the cockpit this morning. Father, I pray that you tabernacle this morning with us, mighty God. Lord God, I pray that you cover every engine on this aircraft this morning, mighty God. I pray, Jesus Christ, that you cover from engine failure. I pray that you cover from bird strike this morning, Lord God Almighty. Father, you wake us up this morning. We have to give you the glory. We have to give you the honor. So I come to you on behalf of each and every one on this aircraft this morning, mighty God. I ask you, Father, to give us traveling mercies this morning. Father, you said in your words, your ears are open unto a cry. And this morning, Jesus Christ, as you have called me, mighty God, as to seek souls for you as an evangelist this morning, Father, I'm coming to you, mighty God, on behalf of your people this morning. Take us safe to Jamaica, mighty God. I pray, Jesus Christ, for a smooth flight, for a good flight. I pray this morning, Lord God, for a blood coverage this morning. I pray that you release traveling mercies with us this morning. In Jesus' name, amen. Amen. Hallelujah.
She out of line. She out of line. Let me tell y'all something. You don't have to be loud on the plane to talk to Christ. Now, I'm sorry, y'all may not agree with me, and y'all know I love the Lord. He heard my cry and pitied every groan. You said I would have raised my hand and her prayer may have prevented the plane from crashing. I disagree with that. There's a lot of people that pray every day when they get on the plane. I'm sure the people that was on 9/11 pray, but when it's your time, it's your time. I don't care how much prayer you pray. But I feel like everybody on the plane, listen, we have to learn to respect other people's religions. There's some people who don't believe in Jesus. And you can't throw your religion on other people on a plane. This is a public place. There's a time and place for everything. God would have still heard their prayer if she had. God would have still heard their prayer if she hadn't. What is this noise? God would have still heard their prayer if she hadn't have been loud. He still would have heard the prayer. Y'all agree or you disagree? I mean, you don't have to agree, and we ain't gonna fall out. But God would have heard that prayer. God will hear your prayer even if you just. There's a time and place for everything. You can't throw your religion on other people because on that plane, everybody does not believe. Well, The harm is you're forcing your religion on other people who may not believe in Christ. They may be Muslims, they may be Hindu, they may be they could be some other religion they might believe in a higher being. They could be Muslims. There's Jews don't even believe that Christ is the Jews that they don't believe he came back or they don't believe he's the Savior or something like that. So I just think there's a time and place for everything. I think what she did was fine. I would have been okay with it, but then too, I know I might have thought the bitch was crazy. Anybody who get on a plane with a bunch of people and they start screaming loud and stuff, you know, they did not have to receive the. They had no choice, Beverly, because she was talking loud. They didn't have no choice. She was talking loud. I just think there's a time and place for everything. God can hear you whether you screaming or whether you are not screaming. He can hear you whether you're screaming or not screaming. You don't have to be loud for God to hear you. You don't. I thought what she did was a great thing, but again, you don't push. Now, let me ask you something. Here we go with the gay stuff again. If there had been a gay priest, would they would have felt the same way? No. If a Muslim, some person from some religion that we don't agree with, got up and got to doing crazy stuff or saying crazy things, we would have, I just think when you're on public, a flight, a bus, any type of public transportation, you have to respect other people's religions. And y'all know I believe in the Lord, honey. I believe in shouting and praising the Lord, and I love church. I love all that. And every time I get on the plane, I bow my head and say, Lord, protect us that we make it all the way safe to where we're going. And even when I get in the car, I pray. But everybody sees it different. And that's why we called it PT's point of view. And that was my point of view. So I hope you guys have a great morning. Thank y'all for tuning in. And make sure you say your prayers before you go to bed at night. Tomorrow the show will not be late. I'm just getting caught back up with me coming back to town and getting myself together and seeing, damn, I was just only gone a week, man. It seemed like I was gone for 5 years, but I was only gone a week. So, but anyway, so you guys, I really appreciate y'all for tuning in. We had 36 people watching this morning. I appreciate you. We had 3 people from PT's Point of View 2. If you're watching me on PT's Point of View 2, I have a regular channel. It's called just PT's Point of View. And I have 17,000 plus subscribers over there. So please subscribe to that channel if you're watching me on PT. Yeah, there's 3 people watching me on PT's Point of View. I appreciate that. All right. Nobody tuned in from Facebook tonight. Oh, I didn't bring in Facebook tonight. Yeah, because I didn't bring in Facebook tonight. I sure didn't. Okay. Anyway, I appreciate you guys for tuning in. I'm gonna give you guys a chance if you'd like to have something to say before I go. I'm gonna give you that opportunity. Now's your opportunity if you got something you'd like to say. And if not, I appreciate everybody for tuning in. I'm PT with all the latest celebrity gossip. And y'all be good and take care of yourselves. And don't forget, the cruise is going to be October the 27th through the 31st. Man, we'd love to have you. We would really, really love to have you. You got a birthday coming up in October? Come on, get on board. It's a 5-day cruise, Western Caribbean cruise, leaving out in the New Orleans, baby. Yes. New Orleans, Louisiana. And if you would like to need more information on that cruise, please inbox me, okay? At an email, comedianpt@yahoo.com. And I appreciate the love and I love y'all. I don't have no music, y'all. I got a new computer. This is a new computer and I got to download my music. So I don't have any songs to play. Or do I have any songs? I don't think I do. Yeah, but I got this one. This is one of my favorites. I remember this song right here. All right. I love y'all. Good night. Take care, y'all. Good night. Bye-bye.